research. It's the ignorance that causes all the bliss. Still be sinking, standing on solid ground and still be sinking, submerging in the past. No love for the haters, mad cause I got floor seats at the Lakers. See me on the 50-yard line with the Raiders. When bitches don't lie on my dick, loud and pussy like I hit.
Hi, Jaleel.
Hey, Alice.
How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. Welcome to my channel.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So today in Ask Alice Anything episode, we're going to talk about topic is hip hop and GIS. And the reason I have you on is because we've known each other since like last week, right? So a really long time without dating ourselves.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, long time. Let's just leave it like that. And I know that you're the best person to talk to about hip hop. And given the new normal, I think it's good to talk about something else other than what's dominating the news right now. So, What do you think?
I think it's good. Definitely anything to distract us once in a while from all the we're hearing on the news and social media and stuff like that. So yeah, this is a lot better than a lot of the challenges or social media challenges that I'm seeing on my.
Okay. So, how are you doing with your kids? Are you keeping them busy?
Trying to. Yeah, I have two little girls, 8 and 5.
Okay.
They're very active and very playful. So yeah, it's been an adjustment for the past couple of weeks.
Have you introduced hip hop music to them yet?
Yeah, they're very much into. They took dance and stuff a few years ago, so they're very much into listening to music. They like watching TikTok videos and all the songs on there. So there's a lot of like hip hop music on there.
All right, cool.
They like listening to a lot of pop music and hip hop.
Okay, so I have this map that I found that I ran into that I think would be good to teach your kids some of the history of hip hop. So let's check this. I'm going to share my screen.
Yes, it's popped up.
Yeah, so this girl did, it's called a hip hop map. Now, if you click on the essay, it kind of explains about the history, like why she decided to do the geography in hip hop and all the different artists. Okay. And you can read up on it later about the playlist that she said she included. The reason why and all the different culture things that she found. But I want to show you the map because I thought the map it speaks a lot more than just reading essays. Mm-hmm. Let's go back to the homepage and click on the map. Okay, so if you look at this map, the first thing you see all these dots, right? And then this one says 2017, but if you actually there's a slider, and then if you slide it all the way back to 1973 as it kind of first started. Okay. And it's obviously you can see a dot on the map. And then if you click into it, it's just New York, the Big Bang Hank. Have you heard of this artist by any chance?
Actually, this is a lot before my time.
Is it before time? Now, if you click on it, the little music clicks on. Basically what she did is she went into Spotify and then embedded the code into this map, and it only takes when you embed a code like this, it only play like 30 seconds of the song. Okay, which is really cool.
Can you take a step back first? So you work in with GIS system.
Yeah, so so this is built in a GIS map, and GIS stands for Geographic Information System. So geographic obviously means like the map, right? That's that's the location. That's the geography part. Information is any data, any information, any content related to that particular location. Because everything we do, and every place, every artist has a location. This is obviously the location for this particular map. This is the location where the artist is born, right? Okay. So what she did is use a GIS map to put in the location of where they're from, and then just put on a simple map. Now, because in order for you to appear on this map, there's like geocoded that kind of happening on the in the back end. But once you put in the address, it just shows up on the map here. So it's a very good way to showcase information without with better visualization, because everything has a location. So when you see a cluster of things, it's starting to make sense when you see it on a map versus just, essays or words.
Definitely better visually. So was this, did she code this from scratch, or was there like an existing like system that she just?
No, she didn't code this from scratch. So this app called a Story Map app. It's an app within an ArcGIS online account, and you can sign up for free, or you can purchase it for personal use. If you purchase a personal use, it's equivalent to like a Netflix account.
Right. Okay.
How much you would pay for that. And for kids, actually, for grade 12 and under, you can access the account for free. The teacher will have to have a school board email address to qualify as a either public school or Catholic public school. It has to be a public school in order to have this access to this map for free. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I will include that information in my description as always, and people can take a look at it. Right. And your kids are how old? What grade are your kids?
8 is my eldest, Abby, and my youngest is Gemma. She's 5. Okay,
perfect. They're both qualified. Grade 1 and grade 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's see here. Now this, if you put in a slider, if you slide over here, it shows as the years goes by, or as the years increase. And I see on the map, they're starting to have a little bit more. The basic map, it's like you can zoom in, you can pan, you can zoom, and then you can click on each artist and learn more about some of the music.
Okay.
And here you go, Mace. How about Mace?
Mace. So these are when the artists were born, right?
Yeah, I believe these are the when the artists are born, and what the birthplace of his location.
All right. Yeah, because Mace wasn't actually popular until
later on. Yeah, but I think
first started at university, right? So
yeah, exactly. I think Mace is like this is our time. I feel like Mace is like our time. Okay. Oh no, now we're dating ourselves.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
So another cool thing about this, you can actually search for an artist. Is there like a favorite artist that you want to search for?
Notorious B.I.G. Just type in Notorious.
And there won't be 91.
Notorious.
Let's see if I put in Notorious.
Oh, there you go.
There we go. Yeah. So he's from Brooklyn. So is it 1992?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, this is interesting.
Oh, no, actually, no. He probably wasn't born then.
I wonder what she did. We have to go back and read the essay on what year that this year is. Maybe is that the year that the album came out?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it's his first released album.
Yeah, but what I thought was interesting is that there's definitely seems to be some kind of cluster when it comes to like the artists are from. Like there's a big cluster on New York and Philadelphia, Atlanta, Chicago, right, and Los Angeles.
Yeah, I think when you look back at the history, a lot of people say that the birthplace of hip hop was in New York. So I would say that probably had the biggest cluster, and then a lot of like the bigger population areas like LA, Chicago, Atlanta, Detroit.
Yeah, like look at the interstates are not as much like this one.
Yeah, definitely hip hop had its earliest roots on like the coast for sure. Like,
yeah. So when I click on Dallas, all these guys came up. So I wonder, these guys are probably like are from Dallas.
Yeah.
Vanilla Ice? No. Jimmy Fox? Is that right? They're from Dallas?
I have no clue.
That's interesting. Freddie Bruno, 97. Okay. See, some of these newer artists, I don't even know who these are.
Yeah, definitely not know unless they're unless they're on the radio.
Right.
Uh,
Let's go back and see. So how would you introduce this to your kids?
I would probably say there's a particular artist that they want. We can search for them.
Yeah.
That's a good one to go to. And then what would be more interesting is like if there was kind of like a link or something.
I don't know if I don't think she includes Jay-Z because Jay Spacey. Here we go. 1986.
Yeah, he was born early.
Oh, and the one that popped up is the Jay-Z and Kanye West one from 1986. What year is that?
1986. That seems like around the time when he was like releasing his first. I think he's older than that.
Right. So maybe this year is the album year. I'm thinking.
Yeah, it might be the album year.
Not the birth year. That wouldn't make sense. Jay-Z was not born from 1986.
Yeah. So yeah, if my kids were to look at this, if I like sat them in front of this right now, it would if there was like a touch interface or something, they would just start clicking on the dots for sure. And then as the name pop up, they would kind of like and kind of listen to each one. So yeah, I find that pretty interesting. I just wish there was a bit more there was more background when you clicked on something rather than just a clip. Like
rather than just right.
Pops up like one of those help.
Yeah, right now it's basically when you click on it, it just gives you a clip. It doesn't give you a little bit more information. There's other apps where I've seen where they actually have a description of like a story. Like I saw like a rock and roll map. I don't know how much you are into like rock and roll, but
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, so there's a map that somebody created. Hold on, let me stop sharing and I'll find another one for you. So we're getting out of the hip hop and we're getting to like rock and roll, which is kind of cool. Let's see, what do I have? Where it shows these are like this guy has a whole collection. So what he built was several different things. So this one is like a poster art. And what this one does is just gives you a location for each poster art.
Oh, where they?
Yeah, and where they found, and then the actual poster itself. They click on it, kind of thing. And it on this side it tells you a bit more story about it. So
something like this, so if I'm showing this to my girls, you could. When you're clicking on something, you can I can explain to them, what the poster means or when this poster was made, that type of stuff.
Yeah. So this one, it's just for a particular band.
Yeah, Sex Pistols.
Yeah, this is just the Sex Pistols, and this one it showed them like the arrival, the date where they like exactly where they've been. Right. This is kind of cool. How they arrived, their tour. So as you scroll down,
so
this takes you to the hall, the music hall.
You can see that it has there's like a YouTube clip with it.
Yeah.
And there's like more information about what happened in that concert, right?
Yeah. So this is a better. I think this is a better way of telling a more like a fuller story. Mm-hmm. This one's not bad. This episode is no longer hip hop and GIS. Will be rock and roll and GIS and hip hop.
I kind of like the way the hip hop map represented. It was kind of like a heat map of like clusters. So like the more artists there were in a certain area, you could see that basically tells you like what we just talked about, like how much where there's a lot of, I guess, influences, or where there's a lot of concentration of artists are from. So
yeah,
and that's over time, right? So you kind of know, like you can, for maybe not for a kid, but for like an older, like a teenager or something, you can tell right away. You know, New York and LA have a lot of artists, essentially, or a lot of.
Yeah, like if I click to just like 10 years at a time, like, it's still in New York. These are still heavily concentrated in New York, but only starting the 80s, there's a few in LA starting to pop up, right?
Yeah, that's I like it for that. Just wish there was more kind of context around when you click on an artist. Yeah, kind of like what the that Sex Pistols fucking roll map had.
Yeah, that one is more, I think maybe it's due to like limitations of the space. I don't know. Gonna have to read up on her essay to find out why she chose to do this way. But I thought this is a good map to represent. Very simple, without too much information. Just
exactly, yeah.
Just a cluster of the artists, where they're from, some like a little bit of their music. It was a very well done GIS map, usually for something a little bit more fun than your traditional heavy duty, like, about utilities or about, water lines and things that's very hard to appeal to a general public or to kids especially.
Yeah, this is actually a pretty good intro.
But hopefully I give you some things to show them about music, and I know this still requires screen time, but at least it's something a little bit different than what they're used to.
It's actually pretty interesting. So I'll definitely search around for other stuff that's good for that's like powered by GIS systems. But I think it's a good visual tool. Sure.
Yeah, it definitely tells us fuller story, because everything that we can see has a location, right? So if you want, you can literally map everything. It's hard to. I think it's important for kids to think spatially as well, because we live on this planet, and things matter close to you means more than things happening far away from you as well. So by knowing clusters, by knowing the relationships, and that can really helps helps them to ask different kind of questions. I think that's kind of cool, which you wouldn't have otherwise by just looking at information on its own.
Yeah, they definitely don't like looking at numbers.
We don't either.
I don't either. That's kind of my life sometimes at my job. So seeing something, or something kind of summarized is definitely better. And yeah, this is definitely a good intro for me, and definitely gonna show this to my girls at some point.
Yeah, for sure, something new.
Get them into this.
Yeah. And whenever school starts, they can talk to their teacher, and they can have access to this for free, right? Which is really amazing.
Okay. Yes. Remember to.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being on this episode with me. That was kind of fun.
Thank you for
with my hip hop hat.
I'm wearing a hat because my hair is all. I haven't had a haircut in like 6 weeks. So.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks. If you guys like this episode, please subscribe and comment and anything you guys want to see more. And I will include the links to have access to an ArcGIS story map app in the description below. And we'll see you next time. Bye everybody. Bye, Jaleel.